Well, welcome to this video, and I hope you like it. If you do, click the like button, hit subscribe, and share with a friend. Okay, just a quick little species highlight today. I figured I'd do, well, I will say one of my favorites, but probably one of everybody's little favorites from their childhood, if they ever caught one when they were in Cub Scouts or whatever, is the box turtle. Now in North America, there are two main species of box turtle. There's basically there's your ornate and desert box turtle are two different subspecies of Terrapene ornata, and then there's the eastern box turtle and the three-toed and Gulf Coast and all that. They're all subspecies of Terrapene caroliniana. So most of them are more or less different shades of yellow and black. Yeah, there's a wide range. The eastern box turtle can range into oranges and reds even. The three-toed box turtles tend to be a little bit more brownish in color. They've got more muted, sort of like a brown, sort of a horn color or something like that to them. But in general, all your box turtles are sort of that black and yellow pattern, somewhat like a wasp or a bumblebee or something like that. And there's a reason for it. Being a creature that has brilliant coloration and goes wandering around in broad daylight, they can be, but are not always, poisonous. Not venomous as in their bite will hurt you, but poisonous as in bad to eat. There have been some documented cases of people eating box turtles and dying. The box turtle can apparently eat poisonous fungus, possibly other poisonous plants, and store the toxins within their flesh. That's the mystery behind the coloration. It's not for camouflage. Box turtles tend to be mostly active early mornings and after rains. They're more active, like most of your reptiles, in the sort of mid to late spring, say around April, May time frame. That's their mating season, followed by breeding season, which kind of extends into June. They can mate and lay eggs any time of the year, but in general it tends to be concentrated in spring. They come out of hibernation, and they're all looking to get their social life on there. They are they're pretty much found in all sorts of environments. They don't really need water. They're not an aquatic or a semi-aquatic species. They're not like a desert tortoise or something, but they can live in quite dry environments. They do need to drink from time to time. Obviously, your western, your ornate, and your desert box turtles can deal with going without water a little bit more than their eastern cousins. One of the difference between the two species, if I remember correctly, I believe the males in the ornate species can like rotate their one toe on their hind leg for grabbing a hold of the female while they're breeding. They are credited with being the chief distributor of drawing a blank on the first word, the vector for spreading certain plants. I know they've been credited with being one of the prime spreaders of the seeds of prickly pear cactus, May apples, and lots of other sort of low to the ground fruit. They eat fruit, they eat insects, carrion. They're omnivorous. They don't eat a lot of like general vegetation. Not to the extent that some of your tortoise species do, where, you know, if they were kept in captivity, you can feed them like romaine lettuce and spinach and they'd be happy. Box turtles do eat some leaves and greenery, but it's mostly fruit, insects. They'll feed on carrion. If they find a dead animal that's not too far gone, they'll take a few bites out of it. Like most reptiles, they can go a long time without eating, comparatively to warm-blooded animals that have to eat every day. They can, you know, have a big meal, go a week or so without having another big meal, although they usually try to eat on a regular basis, just, you know, whenever they find food they eat. But a lot of times, you know, if the weather's real dry and it's real hot outside, they'll just stay hidden for a while. They can even kind of go into a sort of semi-hibernation if they had to. Just about all reptiles can do that. As far as like heat and drought in summer, they can hole up somewhere and slow down their metabolism and just hang out until conditions get a little bit better for wandering around and looking for food. Trying to think, that's about it. I assume everybody has at least some concept of a box turtle. They're one of the more common things. There are other turtles that have a hinge on their shell, namely your mud and your musk turtles have a hinge on their bottom of their shell. There's also a Blanding's turtle, which has a hinge on its shell. The box turtle is the only one that can close itself up tight on both ends at the same time, though. The other ones can't close quite as tight. They might have some flexibility in their shell, but they can't close up solid like a box turtle. Box turtles, especially in captivity, can actually become overweight to the point where they cannot close their shells. But yeah, that's the only real distinguishing feature from the other turtles. And like I said, they do have a surprising role in the habitat as far as being the, you know, the main propagation for several plants is, you know, the turtles eat the fruit and distribute the seeds. So it's good to have them around. They're very rare in a lot of places. A lot of it has to do with cars. Most of your regulation seems to be aimed at people taking them home and keeping them as pets. My experience is places that have box turtles, and this goes for a lot of other reptiles too, places that have them usually have good numbers of them regardless of how many people are going out there and collecting them. Places that don't have them don't seem to have them at all. And a lot of it is habitat loss, habitat fragmentation, which is the main part with the roads. If they want to eat on one side of the road and lay their eggs on the other side of the road, every time they cross the road, they're risking getting flattened by a car. And, you know, that happens very often, and it's a bigger issue, I think, than, you know, kids going to Boy Scout camp and coming home with a turtle for a pet. Just my opinion, though. I don't really have any, you know, hard statistics to back it up, but a lot of it's just hard to quantify. There's not really good statistics out there. But at any rate, I'm going to stop there, and I will see you on the next one, and maybe I'll do a couple more of these. Well, I hope you found that video informative. Hopefully it made you think, and please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and check out the video that should be appearing somewhere around me here, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks.